From the National Newsroom of the Canadian Press, I'm Karen Rebow. Day 26 of the federal election campaign will see the leaders of Canada's four main political parties square off for a second and final leaders' debate tonight in English. Last night's French-language face-off covered topics including pipelines, affordability, and the return of Donald Trump to America's White House. Liberal leader Mark Carney and Conservative leader Pierre Poilievre aligned on support for new oil and gas pipelines as a matter of national security. In the post-debate scrum, Carney reiterated the power of a stronger economy.
In this circumstance that we're in, given the scale of the crisis and what needs to be done, I would say a relentless focus on growing the economy to work for all Canadians.
Bloc leader Yves-François Blanchet said Canada needs to align with other countries affected by the unjustified tariffs. Poilievre says he would quickly open negotiations with Trump to put an end to the levies. And on the topic of crime, he pledged to bring in tougher laws for visitors and citizens alike.
Everybody is divided. This group is divided against that group. There is crime and chaos in our streets.
And the NDP's Jagmeet Singh said Canada needs to prioritize what matters most and invest rather than cut. Canadians are canceling U.S. business trips and withdrawing from conferences stateside as the backlash to President Donald Trump hits the world of corporate travel. Flight Centre Travel Group Canada's Chris Lines says business travel by air declined 40% year over year in February amid a wave of nixed plans.
We definitely had immediate influx of cancellations for conferences that were meant to be in the U.S. There was a lot of concern and a lot of people had a lot of angst for travel down to the States because of the anger towards the U.S. government.
Investigations continue in the Greater Toronto area into two separate crashes, one at a university, another at a bus shelter. Toronto police have identified the person wanted in Tuesday's hit and run that injured 4 people at the downtown campus of Toronto Metropolitan University. A green sedan tore through a pedestrian path, and police are seeking 23-year-old Ryan Petroff. And just east of Toronto, a woman has died from her injuries, and a man remains in hospital after a vehicle drove into a bus shelter yesterday afternoon in Pickering. Durham Regional Police say the driver stayed at the scene and is cooperating with investigators. And a new study says armored dinosaurs with clubbed tails once roamed in what's now northeastern British Columbia, leaving 3-toed footprints across the landscape. The study analyzed fossilized footprints from the Tumbler Ridge area, as well as in northwestern Alberta that date back 100 million years. Researcher Victoria Arbour says they concluded the tracks belonged to a new species of ankylosaurid ankylosaurs. It's the first time the species has been identified anywhere in the world. This is the Canadian Press. In sports, the Montreal Canadiens are playoff bound. Montreal clinched the NHL's final Eastern Conference wildcard berth with a 4-2 win over the Carolina Hurricanes. Head coach Martin St. Louis says his team's belief never wavered, even when the Canadiens looked down and out in February.
I think we had a 2% chance in making the playoff, and we go 15-5-6. You know, for me, a 2% chance, you still have a chance.
Canadians will now face the Washington Capitals in round 1 of the playoffs. Another win for the Winnipeg Jets. They capped their most successful regular season with a 2-1 overtime victory over the Anaheim Ducks, giving them 116 points. In other action, Edmonton dispatched San Jose 3-0, while Vegas downed Vancouver 4-1. A solid pitching performance earned the Toronto Blue Jays a 3-1 win over the Atlanta Braves in the rubber game of their 3-game series at Rogers Centre. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. hit his first home run of the season for the Blue Jays, too. From the Canadian Press, I'm Karen Rebow.
Thanks for listening. Don't forget to follow and subscribe. For more of today's top stories, visit thecanadianpressnews.ca.